Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we'll be talking about the film Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Fun fact: Puss in Boots is actually based off of a European fairy tale about an anthropomorphic cat who uses trickery and deceit to gain power, wealth, and the hand of a princess in marriage for his penniless and low-born master. This movie came out in 2022 and stars Antonio Banderas, Selma Hayek, and Harvey and was directed by Joel Crawford and Januel Mercado. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish sees Puss on a mission to find the last wishing star to grant him more lives because he is on the last of his 9 lives. He partners with Soft Paws and his new friend Perdito, but soon finds out that there are other people looking for this last wish, and those are the Three Bears crime family led by Goldilocks and Big Jack Horner, who are also on a crazy mission to figure out how to get to the star and grant their wishes. Puss also keeps having mysterious run ins with this mysterious hooded wolf figure and must figure out who he is on his journey to the wish. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is an animated action adventure. It has similar vibe to Shrek 2, Puss in Boots, or Spider Man Into the Spider Verse. After the final Shrek films not living up to its predecessors, I gave up on watching any of the movies in this franchise until this one. I'm just going to go ahead and say that this is the best movie in this franchise since Shrek 2. One thing I used to love about the Shrek movies that this movie included, and I might say even elevated on, is taking on these fairy tale characters we love and adding them to this film, but not in a traditional sense. In this film, we see so many fairy tale characters, but don't know if they'll be good or bad. I thought it was funny to see Goldilocks and the Three Bears turn into a crime family, and to see little Jack Horner all grown up and resentful and wanting all the magic in the world. He provided a funny villain, and I just loved how his henchmen were called the Baker's Dozen. Shoot, we even get to see the return of Pinocchio and Gingy from the Shrek films. Before I even saw this film, the one thing I always saw people discussing online about this film was the portrayal of an anxiety attack. I think it's nice to show in this film that is geared towards a younger audience, that panic attacks happen, and maybe giving them a little bit of insight on how to actually help them if you either have one yourself or if you see someone that's having one. I think the message of that scene was to not run away from your past, and even though it can be scary sometimes, you will have to face it, but just remember you're not alone. You have friends, there are therapists, and maybe even a therapy dog. I just really love that they added this into the film. The Shrek films had some hidden adult themes, and I felt like this film did, but obviously I think that they're adult themes that will completely go over kids' heads. There were some moments where they were going to say a cuss word and they would just jokingly bleep it out, but as an adult, you would be like, I know exactly what they were going to say. There's also some jokes that could be viewed in many different ways that might catch people off guard, but they were still funny. The animation style that they choose for this film was great. When watching this film, I was looking at the animation and like, this looks different, but in a good way. It works for the story and made everything look cooler. I love how something that might seem so small can make such a big difference in the film. The voice cast of this movie is stacked to say the least. I mean, Antonio Banderas is starring in this movie, and then you go ahead and add Selma Hayek, Harvey Florence Pugh, Olivia Colman, and John Mulaney, just to name a few. They all did great voicing their characters and helped their characters to stand out just a little bit more in this amazing voice cast. It was interesting to find out that the wolf in this film is actually a physical portrayment of death. To be honest, I first thought that this was the wolf from Little Red Riding Hood because there's so many fairy tales being thrown around. And then I realized that the wolf from that story is already in the Shrek universe. So this had to be a different wolf. I love that the solution to get death to just go away was to fight as hard as you could and not give up and run away. Puss finally found a reason to live and wasn't going to let anyone, even death, stop him without a fight. My favorite part in this film is when everyone, except for Jack Horner, figures out that they don't actually need the last wish because they have everything that they need. Goldie was going to wish for a new family, and after spending so much time with the three bears, she realizes that she doesn't need to wish for a new family because she already has a family. Softball wants someone that she can trust, which she finds that in Puss and Perdito after realizing why Puss has been doing the things that he has been doing. Puss learns that the answer isn't to wish for more lives, it's to cherish the one that we have, which I think is a great message for people to, live your life to the fullest. They work together to take down Jack Horner and destroy the map so that the last wish will ever be lost and no one will wish for something crazy or evil. It's such a sweet scene and it's a great conclusion to this film. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is an amazing little animated film, from the animation to the voice cast and the score. The story is for people of all ages and proves that there's still life in this franchise. The end hints at a possible inclusion of Shrek in the future, which would be nice to see. If you haven't seen Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, then I suggest that you go check it out. Thank you for watching my video. I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. If you have not subscribed, please do so you can keep up to date with more of my videos. But besides that, everyone stay safe, have fun, and goodbye.